Emotional reasoning. When feelings become facts. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff. The wind howls. Your heart races. Your palms sweat. Every signal in your body screams one thing. You're in danger. But then you look down. There is no cliff. You're standing in the middle of your room. The danger isn't real. Yet the feeling is. And that is where one of the most fascinating psychological phenomena begins. Emotional reasoning. The hidden mental shortcut that convinces us that because we feel something, it must be true. Every day, millions of people unknowingly live under its influence. Not because they're irrational, not because they're weak, but because the human brain evolved to trust emotions long before it learned to analyze facts. Thousands of years ago, this made perfect sense. If your ancestors felt fear in the bushes, they didn't stop to gather evidence. They ran. The feeling itself became the evidence. And that instinct helped them survive. But in the modern world, the same mechanism can quietly distort reality. You feel inadequate, so you conclude you are inadequate. You feel rejected, so you assume everyone dislikes you. You feel anxious, so you become convinced something terrible is about to happen. The emotion arrives first. The conclusion follows immediately after. No investigation, no questioning, just acceptance. As if feelings are courtroom evidence. As if emotions are objective truth. But they're not. They're signals. And signals are not always accurate. Think of emotions like weather. A stormy sky doesn't mean the world is ending. It simply means conditions have changed. Yet emotional reasoning turns temporary weather into permanent reality. A sad afternoon becomes, my life is miserable. A moment of self-doubt becomes, I'm a failure. A feeling of uncertainty becomes, I'll never succeed. The mind stops observing emotions and starts obeying them. And that's where the trap begins. Because emotions are powerful storytellers. They can make possibilities feel like certainties. They can make assumptions feel like facts. And they can make fears feel like predictions. Consider how many life decisions are made this way. Someone feels nervous before speaking publicly. They conclude they're bad at communication. Someone feels insecure entering a new relationship. They conclude they're unlovable. Someone feels overwhelmed while learning a skill. They conclude they'll never master it. In each case, the feeling becomes the verdict. But emotions don't always describe reality. Sometimes they describe past experiences. Sometimes they reflect old wounds. Sometimes they're simply reactions to stress, exhaustion, or uncertainty. Yet emotional reasoning rarely announces itself. It whispers, quietly, convincingly, until feelings become facts. The most powerful shift happens when you learn to separate two simple statements. I feel this, and this is true. They sound similar, but they are worlds apart. You can feel afraid without being in danger. You can feel incapable while still being capable. You can feel rejected while still being valued. You can feel lost while still moving in the right direction. The emotion deserves acknowledgement, but not automatic authority, because wisdom isn't the absence of emotion. It's the ability to experience emotions without surrendering reality to them. The next time a feeling arrives with absolute certainty, pause, listen, observe. Ask yourself, is this a fact, or is this a feeling? That single question creates space. Space between emotion and conclusion. Space between reaction and understanding. And within that space lies one of the greatest psychological freedoms a human being can discover. The realization that emotions are important messengers, but they are not always reliable narrators. And when you stop treating every feeling as a fact, you begin to see reality more clearly, not through the lens of emotion, but through the balance of emotion and truth. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.